Voodoo Fest is in town in New Orleans, and there are 5 artists in the lineup. Your mom says that she will allow you to go, but only if you go from the middle artist in the lineup until the last artist. She says that in kind of a tricky way. So, how do you know what she means? Well, first, you need to figure out who the middle artist even is. Let's see who's up in the lineup. We've got first Olivia Rodrigo, then Lil Nas X, followed by Taylor Swift, Shawn Mendes, and then BTS. So we've got 5 artists, and we need to figure out who the middle artist is. So to do that, let's cross out one artist from each side. So first, we're going to cross off Olivia Rodrigo and BTS. Then we're going to cross off Lil Nas X and Shawn Mendes, which means we're left with Taylor Swift as our middle artist here. Amazing. Personally, I'm very excited to listen to Fearless, Taylor's version. Because you're also allowed to watch the artist after Taylor Swift, that means that you can also watch Shawn Mendes, which I'm going to star, and BTS, which I'm also going to star. So let's take a step back. What did you do? Basically, you found the median of the artists. That means that you found the middle artist, the middle value. And you are going to do the same thing when you're trying to find the median of a set of numbers. So we know that median is defined as the middle value in a set of numbers. So let's look at an example. Let's look at this data set. So example 1. I'm going to write out just a random set of numbers. I'm going to write it out. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 16, and 11. So we've got this data set of random values. The first thing you want to do is you want to put the numbers in numerical order. So I'm going to just write in here really tiny, put numbers in numerical order. What does that mean? From least to greatest. So we're going to put them in numerical order. Let's start with the 3, then 4, 5. Next up, we've got the 6, 7, 8. Looks like we have a 9, 11, and 16. Okay, so all we did was we took this data set and we put it in order from least to greatest. Then we're going to do the same thing we did earlier with the Voodoo Fest artists. And we are going to cross off one number from the left side and a number from the right side so we can find this middle value. So we're going to cross off this 3 and the 16. Then we'll cross off 4 and 11, then 5 and 9, 6 and 8, and we're left with 7. So the median of this set of values is 7. In this last data set, we had an odd set of values. So this is an odd number of values, which is great because then you can find this lone number right here in the middle. What if you don't have an odd number of values? What if you have an even number of values? Well, let's take a look. Let's look at example number 2. Let's look at a different data set. Let's do 6, 7, 10, 14, 13, and 4. So here we have 6 numbers. This is an even number of values, which in this case is 6. And so let's try to do what we did earlier. We're going to start by putting the numbers, oops. Step 1, we're gonna, again, put the numbers in numerical value. And so we're gonna have 4, 6, 7, 10, 13, and 14. Great. We're going to cross off 1 from each side to see what the middle value is. We're going to cross off 4 and 14. We're going to cross off 6 and 13. But we cannot cross off 7 and 10, because if we do that, there are no numbers left. So what do? Well, we have to find the average between these two numbers, because we want to find the middle of even these two numbers. And that's kind of like introducing a new number to this number set. So let's find the average of 7 and 10. Reach back in your brain and think of that mean formula. Think of that average formula. What's the average of 7 and 10? Well, I'm going to do it in purple right here. We're going to do 7 plus 10 divided by 2, because remember, for a mean, you're finding the sum of the values over the number of values there are. So we're finding the sum of 7 and 10, 7 plus 10, and the number of values is 2. So 7 plus 10 is 17 over 2. You can choose to leave it as 17 over 2. 17 over 2 is perfectly valid. But what we are going to do is we're going to convert that into a fraction. And we know 17 divided by 2 is 8.5. Therefore, the median of this data set is 8.5.